So a lot of it is similar to the green belt, which is adding on Gidan Brai onto each combination. So we start in Zen Kotsudachi. Our first combination is Sanbonzuki, 3 punches. So as before, Jodan, Chudan, Chudan, going forward, Jodan, Chudan, Chudan, one more. Going backwards, same thing, same pattern. So we start with that same arm, same leg, striking Kizamazuki, Yakuzuki, Kizamazuki. And that's the punching combination. From the side, it looks like this. And that's the Sanbonzuki combination. The Agyu combination is similar, so it's the same. So from here, we just add on that Gidan Brai at the end. So Agyu, Yakuzuki, over the shoulder Gidan Brai. Going backwards, same thing, so we do Agyu, Yakuzuki, Gidan Brai. So now we start with the hand at the back, the hand to the hip hand. Agyu, Yakuzuki, hand right over that shoulder Gidan Brai. Going from the side, see here, so I start from the hip hand, Agyu, Yakuzuki, hand right over that shoulder Gidan Brai. Notice that my hands always come back to my hip. So hand goes back to my hip, and the Yakuzuki hand comes back to the hip, Gidan Brai, hand comes back to the hip. Here again. Hand keep going back to that hip, and we start with the hand that's on the hip. So that makes this syllabus nice and simple because you just go back to everything comes from the hip hand. So that's the Agyu combination. Gidan Brai Yakuzuki is the same. And from the side, and then we come on to some slightly different versions. Actually, we don't. The Shutoki combination is exactly the same. So we've got Kokutsudachi Shuto, so we come forward Shutoki, Maishu Maigeri, and then land Nikute. Shutoki, Maishu Maigeri, Nikute, going backwards. Here. And if you want a little bit more time spent on that, go back to the green belt video, so green to purple, because it's in there. Here's Shutoki, Maishu Maigeri, Nikute, come forward, back knee stance, front stance, and then back knee stance to start, to front stance here. Shutoki, Maishu Maigeri, Nikute. Then one improvement you could do on that, rather than bringing this leg all the way back to that Niko Ashidachi stance here, we could look to just hinge it up and kick. So we're not coming back here to then kick forwards, we're just going in this position. But it needs to be a controlled kick. If it's like this, then I'd much prefer you to come back to Niko Ashidachi and do a good kick. So those combinations are staying very similar. We now go on to Sotoki. Again, just adding the Gidan Brai, so we come forward. Sotoki, step across to Kibudachi Empi, Uraken, with that rotation in the Uraken. Step across Yakuzuki, Gidan Brai. So now the hand at the back does it. Gidan Brai, here. Gidan Brai, going backwards, same thing. Start with that hip hand. Start with the hip hand. Gidan Brai. So this is Sotoki combination. So from here, going forwards, Sotoki, MP, Uraken, Yakuzuki, Gidan Brai. Here. Changing those stances. Going backwards, same thing. Just starting with a hip hand. Yeah. Then the Uchuki combination. From here, and through Uchuki, Kizamazuki, Yakuzuki, adding the Gidan Brai. So then it's the hip hand that does it. And just add in that Gidan Brai here. So Uchuki, that hip hand does it. Going forwards or backwards, adding in that Gidan Brai here. So Uchuki, Kizamazuki, Yakuzuki, Gidan Brai. And going back. So that's your punching combination, your Agyuki, your Sotoki, your Uchuki, your Gidan Brai, and your Shutoki combination. So now we'll move on to the kicks. Again, we've got that Nidan Maigeri ending with Yakuzuki, but we just changed a slight pattern on it. So from here, you're gonna come forwards, you're gonna use that front leg kick, Maishu Maigeri, then kick the Jodan, then Yakuzuki, and come back to find stance. So we do a Maishu Maigeri, kicking onto the front leg, then Jodan, Maigeri as normal, Yakuzuki. Going backwards from here, your Muote turn, same thing, 1, 2, land Yakuzuki, 1, 2, land Yakuzuki. So this combination from here, The only slight change, instead of stepping off of that back leg and kicking that Chudan, we come off the front leg. So we bring the front leg back, kick my Shumai-geri, then land, Jodan, come to Yakuzuki. So now from here, this front leg does it here, put it back, kick my Shumai-geri, kick my-go Jodan, Yakuzuki. One wate turn, guard comes back up, my Shumai-geri, followed by my-go Jodan, land Yakuzuki, my Shumai-geri, followed by my-go Jodan, land Yakuzuki. And that's your my-go combination. Your other kicking combinations are just working on and improving those kicks. So from that fight stance, Kiagi, rising snapping kick. Kiagi, rising snapping kick, kick that through. And now Mawate turn and go back. Then Kokomi, same thing. Just up, nice high knee, push through. Up, nice high knee, push through. So all we're looking for in that Kiagi is we've got a rise here, and Kokomi, we're going up and pushing through. Make sure from Kiagi we're going from the knee here, kicking Kiagi, and for Kokomi we're coming up past the knee and kicking through. So you see there's two different positions, Kiagi here, Kokomi there, okay? Then we've got more Washigeri, so from here, just think, try to improve this, looking for more Washigeri Chudan, and here, also developing it into more Washigeri Jodan, head height kick, pointing those toes, more Washigeri Chudan, and more Washigeri Jodan. Our two extra kicks, which we haven't had in any syllabus yet so far, are the Shuigeri and Uran Wash. So we're going to start with your Shuigeri. Now we're going to do this one slightly different. We're going to start by kicking backwards. Your Shuigeri is a rear kick, kicking backwards, and we're going to do it the very old traditional style first. So we're going to start in a fight stance, look over this front shoulder, kick your Shuigeri. Look over the front shoulder, kick your Shuigeri, okay? I'm a wate turn. So look over the front shoulder, and I kick straight behind me, Shuigeri. Look over the front shoulder, kick your Shuigeri. If I show you from this angle, so I'll look over my front shoulder, because my front leg's going to kick, and kick behind me. And notice I'm keeping the toes down and looking to strike with the heel. I look over my front shoulder and kick right behind me. I look over my front shoulder, my front leg kicks, Shuigeri. And I'm a wate turn, same thing, yeah, Shuigeri. I'm through. And at the next stage, you'll learn to do it with the turn. There's your Shuigeri. The last one, Uranwash-geri. So reverse round tabs. So from here, up and through. Pointing those toes, up and through. Reverse, wash-geri. If I go from the side, for Uranwash, from here, up and through, Uranwash-geri. And more wate turn, here, Uranwash-geri. Through. One tip I can give you on that one, this front foot, allow it to twist in, so I can whip this leg up and round. Imagine going up and round somewhere. So here, up and round, for that Uranwash. So that's all the things from purple to purple white for grading in karate.